Hey, Ike, got Micki on the line.
Hey, what's up, Micki?
Is that you, Mr. Ike Willis, my man? How you doing, Ike?
Hanging in there, babe. Hanging in there. How about you?
I'm alive, man. That's all we can do. That's all we can say. But dig, man, you're on Mickey's Free Ride, my custom radio show out of here in northern
Cool.
Arizona, baby. And I only have,
Cool.
yeah, man, I have my friends, and it talks about my life in the music business. But we just finished talking to Steve Stevens from Billy Idol's band last week, and before
Oh,
that,
cool.
yeah,
Cool.
man, we had some of my friends on here. But I had to have you on here, besides the fact that we're going to tour together, but we'll get to that. But I want to get to the fact that you're a living legend, bro. Don't deny it. Don't even try to deny it at all. And with
I
Frank
thank
Zappa,
you.
yeah, yeah, with Frank Zappa and doing your thing. Now, for the listeners out there, you met Frank Zappa during a 1977 concert at your school, and was it crazy,
When he
Ike?
came to play at concert at school. Well, totally. I mean, I was just there to on the local crew, helping schlep equipment,
Yeah.
so I could get into the concert, and we ended up making eye contact and talking essentially, and we just hit it off. We got along really, really well, and then after a while, well, he handed me his guitar and then had me start playing and singing because he asked me what did I do, and I told him I played a little bit and I sang a little bit, but he started asking me questions, musical questions, and about what did I play and
Mm-hmm.
what kind of music I like and then what kind of music I like to play and whatnot. And we got around to his music. He had already handed me his guitar, and I told him I knew a few of his songs, and so he asked me to play one of his songs for him, and
Mm-hmm.
so I did, and we started singing. It just turned into like a big old hootenanny. It was actually pretty funny. And he made me stay in his dressing room, and we talked and talked, and had me stay after the show, and just basically he made me play and sing. So I ended up doing both, and he said he was looking for a lead vocalist,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Mm-hmm.
which is really pretty cool. I didn't expect him to say anything like that, but the main thing was he liked my voice and he liked my playing,
Mm-hmm.
and it just turned out to be one of those things. And he had me give him my address and my phone number and all that other stuff so he could contact me at the after that tour was over. That was '77. That was the Shake Your Booty tour.
That's
So it was pretty cool.
that
And
that
so 8 months later,
yeah, yeah.
8 months later, he called me back and invited me out to audition for his band, and I did. I came out to L.A. and I made it. It was actually pretty funny because it worked out. It worked out very very
Well, I
well.
mean, from your story right there to kind of like my story when Gene Simmons discovered me from Kiss, it's kind of like a parallel kind of a feeling, kind of a thing for us. I mean, we've been very fortunate, no doubt, moving forward. But, what really trips me out about you is the fact that you're like such an incredible guitar player, bro. I had no idea that you were so happening on guitar. I mean, I know your
I think
voice. Yeah, you're welcome, Mike. I mean, I know your voice from one of my favorite records that you guys did, Joe's Garage, and
that was
yeah,
my first album.
right? But describe a little bit quickly, shortly, because this is about you, man. I've got this time carved out for you. Zappa's music and your style, it's quite intricate what you guys do and trippy. In your own words, man, describe that music, Zappa's music, and how you saw it.
Well, actually, it's sort of like let's see, because Zappa was a total blues head. He was a blues and R&B fanatic.
Oh, wow.
And oh yeah, totally, man, totally. He was an R&B and blues fanatic. That's what his whole thing was about. And essentially, his songs are still basically blues based.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they're
Mm-hmm.
blues based, but there's a point where they get to be sort of like live cartoons. There's a little jazz in there.
Right.
There's a classical stuff in there, and that's the kind of
Mm-hmm.
he likes those kinds of dichotomies in there with the
Mm-hmm.
different combinations of different styles of music. At the same time, it's still, like I said, it's still pretty much blues based. When you listen to both the Zappa stuff, you will notice that there's still a lot of blues influences, tastings in there at all the songs. You can hear a lot of blues, you can hear some jazz, definitely you can hear some classical stuff in there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's sort of like, well, what it does is, I used to describe it as, when we were playing live, it's sort of like live cartoons. Okay?
Yeah. I play personally whenever my friends are in town, like Carlos Santana or Billy Gibbons
Right.
from ZZ Top. I jam with those guys. I'm a jammer. I love to jam, Ike. But you play with at least a half a dozen Zappa-esque bands that play Zappa's music, including the organ bass. What is it? The Pajama People and Italy bass, also Duri or something. Is it crazy? Yeah. Is it crazy
Yeah,
and
and
for you to do all that?
but look at it this way. I started playing this stuff in 78, and I'm 62 years old now. I mean, I've been playing this stuff for about 40 years. I mean, I have no problem with it. I mean, I've been playing it for so long. What I end up doing is I just go on autopilot.
Right.
And I play my regular parts that I've been playing for the last 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it doesn't really matter who you're playing with, because you got your groove, right? You got your groove, and you just if they bring it, you can just put your part of the puzzle in, and it's off and running, kind of like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. As long as they're playing, as long as they're playing their parts,
Right.
Then all I have to play my regular parts that I've always played for the last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course,
So
of
you
course.
know what I mean?